Hi everybody. Okay, we're wrapping up week 4 and we're moving on to week 5. So just a quick summary of what we've been doing. We have spent this last few weeks looking at descriptive statistics, and really that's all about exploring or describing the data. It just gives us a simple summary about the sample, about the measures, and we can do simple analysis with histograms, line graphs, box plots to really see what our data kind of looks like per se, and to see also where any outliers may be. This is really the basis of any quantitative analysis. We always do descriptive data first. So we also looked at population, which is the total number of whatever you're studying. Maybe it's people, maybe it's event, maybe it's groups. But for example, if I wanted to look at diabetes educators and how they viewed self-care management of the patient, actually managing their own care. And I wanted to look at these people within the United States. So my population would be all the diabetes educators within the United States. Now, when I want to talk about a sample, this is a small subset of those. And this subset has to be representative of the population so I can generalize findings, because the whole point of research is that you are able to generalize those findings and disseminate them. You're going to learn that to get a proper sample, because you really don't know initially, is how to do a power analysis, or you'll learn about a power analysis. Okay, so the whole goal is not to forget what you've learned, these terms, because you're going to be using them and have to know them throughout the rest of the course. So just remember central tendency, and that's really where the center of your data is, and we look at 3 common ways: the mean, the median, and the mode, and you have to know which one to apply in which circumstance. Variability, this is the spread of the data, and it just allows us a way to describe how much the data spreads. And then we can also compare this with other statistical studies or other data sets. And there's 4 common ways: the range, the interquartile range, the variance, and the standard deviation. And I know that you hear about standard deviation a lot, and that really is how the data is clustered around the mean. Normal distribution. Distribution is a big deal in statistics. It's a probability distribution, and it really depends on the mean and the standard deviation. And the probability distribution is what we can graph the probability of all outcomes on a variable instead of looking at the frequency. Well, we will look at the frequency, but we're basing the probability on all outcomes. So the normal distribution is the most important and widely used distribution in statistics, and that is the bell curve. If you don't have a normal distribution when you do all your descriptive analysis, you have to go back and look at what types of statistical tests you're going to use. We're not going to get into that, but it's called parametric versus non-parametric statistics. You just can't run any sort of statistics on whatever you want. You really have to look at the distribution of the data. This is the good old bell curve, so this is what we kind of like to see. And you saw in your book where you have a certain percentage falling within the certain deviations. So, okay. One of the things I really want to tell you, this is a really good resource, this online statbook.com. So if you want to take a look at it, it's really, I think it does a great job of explaining things when you have questions and you need to go somewhere else. Okay, so now we're moving on to other things, and if you guys have any questions, let me know.